just being that community that we all need as women and checking in on each other and holding each other accountable for what we truly believe in.
This is where the magic is. This is where everything happens. You get to create a sisterhood. You get to create friends for life.
I think everybody should become a beauty guide because we all have it inside of us. Like, we all have that beauty. And what we do here at Limelife and how we pour into each other and just show each other that whatever you believe in, whatever you dream in is possible. Like, that's what we do. So,
hi everybody, my name's Sarah. You already know that since my name is right there. I spent 5 years in the multi-level marketing industry. I was gaslit, I was lied to, I was manipulated, and now I'm here so that you don't make the same mistake I did. Let's get started. Today, we are doing a deep dive into the multi-level marketing company known as Limelife. This company was brought to me by an acquaintance that I have on social media. We recently linked up just through anti-MLM content. She was actually with Limelife for 5 years. I have featured her story on my channel before. I will link the video for that if you guys want to check it out. She had a lot of experience, but she brought to my attention that there wasn't a lot of deep dives on Limelife, which she's not wrong. I scoped social media, I scoped YouTube, and there are a few. CC Suarez has done one. There's a couple of people speaking on why they left, but there's not a ton of deep dives. So I'm going to do a more updated one. They have had a compensation plan revamp, and they've also added a few new products. So I just feel like this will be an updated version or maybe an additional add-on to CC's video. I will also link CC's video below so you guys can check it out. She does an amazing job at explaining the company. It's just a few years old, and I want to make sure that we're up to date on everything that's going on with them. I also feel like they kind of float under the radar. Not a lot of people are really into Limelife anymore, and this might just be an opinion of mine, but I don't see a ton of their content anymore. Maybe I'm just the wrong demographic and the algorithm is not giving me that information. I'm not sure, but I feel like there's just not a lot of reps either. So we're going to look into it anyways and just make sure that you guys do not fall into this pyramid scheme because these products are way overpriced. So how did Limelife even get started? They actually got their big break in New York City. They were actually doing makeup for some big Broadway shows for a long period of time. They're known for their stage makeup. They were officially affiliated with multi-level marketing industry in 2015. It was originally called Limelight. I'm sure that's what a lot of you probably know it by, but when they went to go do an international launch, they actually had to rebrand and call it Limelife because L'Oreal Paris, the big makeup brand company that you see in every single store you walk into in America, owns the rights to Limelight on a lot of their products. So they couldn't expand globally. They could not expand internationally with that name. Hence the reason they completely rebranded. They completely changed their name. Well, not completely, just a little bit, but changed it to Limelife. So it is no longer Limelight. A lot of people thought that they changed the name so that the reps and the customers would want to buy new product considering it had all new labels on it. I don't know if that's like a sub reason of why they did it, but this was the main reason that I could find, and it honestly made the most sense to me business wise. So I'm sure there was underlying motive to it as well. I'm sure there was a big old business meeting, and this is all alleged and this is all just an opinion, but I'm sure there was a big fancy schmancy meeting and they were like, hey, we got to change our name. And they were like, cool, we'll get to sell all the products back to our reps. And everyone gave themselves high fives and thumbs up and shit like that. So what products does Limelife specialize in? They are a beauty company. So they do healthcare. They are a beauty company. So they do skincare, complete makeup sets, all that good stuff. They also have a new product out. It's called the Duo. I actually have a video of it. So I'm going to play that really quick. And then I'm going to kind of go into what I think it is. I'm like 99% sure this is how it works, but I just want to see what you guys have to say first. So let's watch the video and then I'll kind of explain it from there. So to my understanding, it's a Keurig for skincare, obviously. I'm just kidding. So what it sounds like is you have a base and then you have a curated product based off of like a questionnaire that you fill out or whatever. They slap those bad boys together, you put it in the machine and it mixes it in real time so that you're not getting skincare that is settled. You don't have to shake it. It's all fresh, and then you're kind of getting it just right out of the machine. So I really thought this was going to be more innovative than it is. I thought it was going to be like a very customized skincare and everyone gets a different kind. It's literally just the base product and the product that you answered on the website, and then they just push them together, honestly. Same exact thing from Curology. And if you want to start out with a Duo Lab, they are the fresh price of $298. So that is for a 30-day supply of the product, the specific product for your skin. Let me see what the price is for the refill. So a refill pack for 30 days is $88. So $88 a month. $296 initial fee, $88 a month for you to keep up on your Duo Lab, not subscription, but essentially it is a subscription, which seems extremely overpriced to me. Curology is about half the fee. I'm not sponsored by Curology whatsoever, but I do use it myself. It is curated for you. The products are pretty fresh because they're coming in every single month and you're getting exactly what you need. And it's definitely not $88 and it's definitely not almost $300 to get started. So I would recommend that over this Limelife Duo Lab for sure. On top of their Duo Lab, they also have makeup products. So just based off their best sellers, their Perfect Foundation is a cream foundation, $40. Perfect Mascara is going to cost you $25. An eyeliner pencil is also $25. It looks like everything on here is tracking at about $25. And if you want to test out their skincare, they have exfoliating toner pads for $45. They have a mask for oily acne prone skin, which I would be interested in, but not for $45. Nice try. They have anti-aging cream for $50. Of course, they feature the Duo Lab here because it is their skincare product. And then we get into the more elaborate skincare products. So we have the One Drop Wonder collection at $110. We have face oil for $40. And then looks like they also have, oh, I thought that was deodorant. Never mind. They do have an array of products. They are all extremely, extremely overpriced. I definitely recommend going to your local Ulta or even to Sally's Beauty Supply and see if you can get something comparable from them. Or like I said, if you want something more customized, I know Typology and Curology are really good for things like that. So I definitely recommend looking into that instead of looking into Limelife. Anywhooser, let's go back to this here. So for every deep dive, I like to talk about lawsuits that the company has had. I will say Limelife by Alcone has the best legal team, the best PR team I have seen, because I could not find anything on them. And the only thing that I could find was something that's really not even that bad. So it was a scan for a third-party overlay was performed on October 31st, 2023, and userway was detected. Typically, overlays or widgets apply the third-party source code to the existing code of the host website in an effort to change the user's experience by overriding or adding to the existing code. Overlays are often added instead of manually identifying or resolving accessibility barriers in a website's code and design. So essentially, it was an ease of access lawsuit. It's still ongoing, so I couldn't get a ton of information on it, but basically what this lady was saying is that she scanned their website for overlays on it, and instead of them debugging their website or figuring out what was wrong with their website, they just put an overlay over it to kind of bypass the issue. And that's not how you run a website, I guess. I don't know. I am not a website sleuth. I have no information on that. I know bare minimum. I know where the Wi-Fi box is in the house and I know how to hit record on my iPhone. So that's where we're at with that. Like I said, Limelife by Alcone did have a revamp with their compensation plan and their fees to join. So right now there is actually no startup fee to join. They do have a website fee monthly to maintain the website. That's pretty standard with MLMs. I hate it, but they all do it. Almost every single one does it. But you do not have to pay to start. So you can start as a beauty guide today. You don't have to put any money down and you can start running your business. This is the first time I've seen an MLM do this. It's very interesting. I'm wondering why they leaned in that direction, but I'm wondering if it's because they're just not as popular as they used to be and they needed something to entice people into the business. Obviously, they have startup kits that you can purchase. I know for a fact that there's uplines and there's saleswomen out there who are probably pushing this because you have to be a product of the product. If you don't have the product, what the hell are you going to sell? Because you haven't even used it yourself. So I'm sure there's not a ton of people out there joining for free. I bet my bottom dollar every single one of them is buying a kit so that they can try the products, they can use them on live, and they can do pictures for them. So honestly, a $0 sign-up fee means nothing to me because I know for a fact they're going to buy the products regardless. Why do I know they're going to buy the products regardless? Because if we look at the compensation plan, we will all see here that qualifying volume for a Star Beauty Guide is $300. And if you want to pop up to director, qualifying volume is $600. And then after that, it is $900 if you want to hit executive director. So 9 times out of 10, that means that the rep themselves is probably forking out the money for this qualifying volume because that's the only one you can actually control. Total group retail volume you can't control. So if you wanted to be a Star Beauty Guide, you would have to do $300 in qualifying volume, and then total group retail volume would have to be $600, and that would give you access to your leadership level bonus level 1 at a 3%. And it looks like they have structured the compensation plan so that the more you personally sell, the more commission you create, or that really gives an incentive for people to keep selling. I honestly think they restructured this to be as far away from a pyramid scheme as possible, and they did a pretty good job. I'm going to give them props for that. Of course, I do not endorse MLM still. I obviously still think they prey upon women. I feel like they prey on vulnerable people, i.e. military spouses, new moms, people who move to a new area, young women, all those things. But if I had to pick a comp plan and I had to go work in an MLM, this would probably be one of them because yes, you are working off the backs of people below you, but you only make really good commission off your sales if you're selling your own products. So that's kind of good. And then what is the free to be me? Earn free to bees and cash them in for thousands of items through Limelife's free to be me store. The Free to Be Me store is a virtual storefront exclusive to beauty guides filled with items such as Apple Watches, travel vouchers, and luxury goods. And to bees are your credits. Visit f2bme.awardco.com to learn more. For more ways to earn, see full compensation and rewards plan. Oh, okay. So they have a little extra bonus structure on here where you can earn essentially like Limelife dollars, and they have luxury products in a store that you can purchase. I wonder what it translates to because I know it's not dollar for dollar. There's no way. If they're going off of points, it's not going to be dollar for dollar. So I'm interested in what the translation rate is for that. Okay, let's see here. So if you wanted to be a senior director, let's say senior director, you would have to do $5,000 group volume and $600 qualifying volume. And then if you want to pop up to lead executive director, that's going to be $900 qualifying volume. And then total group retail volume is going to be $20,000 or $15,000 and 2 senior directors, which means that you have to have people under you to move up. There we go. There we go. You have to put people under you in order to move up. We should have known better. All right. They also have leadership bonuses, as do all MLMs. So it looks like if you are a Star Beauty Guide and you have hit your $300 qualifying volume and also your team's $600 total group retail volume, you get your 3%. That's literally was in the compensation plan. That's not a bonus. So they were already explaining the bonus in the compensation plan. Get rewarded for building your own beauty community and helping others succeed. You must have one active teammate to unlock leadership bonuses. Okay, so they consider the percentage that you're earning off of your team leadership bonuses. When a teammate joins you, they are on your level 1, known as your frontline. When someone joins under your teammate, they are on your level 2. The pattern continues until you reach the end of your downline. To unlock leadership level bonuses, you must have at least one active teammate. An active teammate is someone who sells $1 or more in the calendar month. Okay, so you're literally it's just your multiplier. That's not a bonus. That's your commission based off your team. Why are they calling it that? That's so weird. That's not a bonus. Whatever, it's fine. We'll just let them have that one. Okay, so they also do have recognition awards. These are the promotions that Limelife offers. See in the very fine print on the bottom, mentor must be paid as Star Beauty Guide or above to receive matching 2B's bonus, which means that you have to maintain your rank in order to get your bonuses. You have to maintain Star Beauty Guide, yikes. And then first time promotion cash bonus as a senior executive director and higher will be paid in 3 installments, one each time you rank until paid in full. Well, I mean, at least they hold on to it. Some companies, and I've explained this before, I know I sound like a broken record, but I like to make sure everybody has all the information. Some companies will hold on to your bonus. They will allow you to drop rank for a couple of months, and then if you hit the rank again, they'll pay out that other portion. So for this instance, they pay it out in, what did they say, 3? Yes, 3. Okay, so if you hit it the first time, you get paid that first one, and then you have your other 2. If you don't rank the next month, then you don't get it. It kind of goes on a pause. But if you rank the month after that, they pay you out. You only have 1 payment left. But if you don't rank for 3 months, they will hold on to it until you rank, say, 4 or 5 months later, and then they'll pay you that last bit for it. Some companies will only give you 1 chance to be able to do that. So I've seen companies where you can only not maintain rank for 1 month, and then you lose the bonus in its entirety. So they'll pay you that first portion, and then if you don't rank the next month and the next month, it's gone. They do have an income disclosure statement, but it is just about the weirdest income disclosure statement I have ever seen, and so vague. I was very, very disappointed in them. They could have done better. And I did a little Google search and I saw that they used to use graphs and they used to use charts, but now they just don't anymore. It's just a bunch of word vomit. So let's read the word vomit here, shall we? Between January 2023 and December 2023, Limelife had 7,804 active beauty guides in the US. Hold on, that is not very many. That is not very many. Okay. An active beauty guide is someone who either A, made a sale to a customer, or made a personal purchase within the past 18 months and remained registered as a beauty guide throughout the entire period of January 2023 to December 2023. So their criteria is that you had to at least make 1 sale, or you had to do your own purchase within the months of January 2023 to December 2023. So it really is 1 full calendar year. During this time, 83.1% of these active beauty guides earned cash commissions, while 16.9% did not earn any cash commissions. The average annual gross cash earnings for active US beauty guides were $1,852. These figures exclude bonuses and commissions paid on free products. It's important to note that the gross cash earnings calculation does not account for any expenses incurred or the time spent by beauty guides in making sales to customers. This is the shittiest income disclosure statement I have ever read in my entire life. So let's dissect it a little bit more. Essentially what they're saying is that 16%, basically 17% of the company didn't make any money whatsoever. So they were purchasing product and they didn't make a dime. 17% of the company is only purchasing a product and not making a dime. 83.1% of the company is earning cash commission. Do we know how much that is? No, but we have a shoddy annual gross amount of $1,852. So that doesn't tell us jack shit. And we really can't make a good assumption off of this, and we can't make a very good informed decision on joining this company based off this information because it's a whole lot of nothing. So thanks for that, Limelife. Might as well just delete this income disclosure statement and quit calling it one. It's not one. Bare minimum. What I did forget to cover on the compensation plan portion, I am too lazy to cut this video, so it's just going to be at the end, is it is a leg structure. So you have certain legs that you have to fill, and you cannot have all of your volume in one leg or else you won't be paid accordingly. So you have to balance out your legs, which makes it extremely hard to run your business. A lot of MLMs do this. I believe, I feel like they do it on purpose so they can avoid paying out bonuses and paying out commissions, because it's not your fault when a leg is unbalanced. I've never been in one that had a leg, but I've seen other people and I know how they work. So essentially, let's just say we have 2 legs. That's pretty basic. It's usually 3 to 4, but we'll just say 2 just for the sake of time. So if you have 2 legs, you enroll somebody under you, and your next enrollment is here. So if you have a hard hitter and then you have somebody who's not really working the business, this person is going to fill their leg. Their tree pyramid is going to grow very, very rapidly. They're enrolling girls, there are people buying under them. It's growing, growing, growing. This person's taking their time. They have maybe like 2 people under them. Who knows? So essentially, you have a really full leg here and you have a little chunk of a leg here. You can't have that. So you cannot have more than 40% of your whole volume on one side. It has to be distributed semi-evenly for you to get paid out for your bonus. For you to get the commission off your team sales, you have to make sure it's evened out, which unfortunately some MLM companies don't allow you to place your people, which sucks. You're essentially using your people as pawns. It really dehumanizes the potential. It dehumanizes the people who are in your downline, because you are quite literally using them to build yourself up, which they're doing already, but this makes it way worse. So when you have somebody that you're able to place, you're looking at them as a literal pawn, because you're looking at your tree, you're figuring out where it's weak, where it's strong, and then you're placing that person based on the hope that they are going to work as hard as they say they're going to work, or they're being true with their intentions. And it gets nasty. It gets real nasty when someone enrolls. They say they're going to work very, very hard. They want to commit. They're going to do everything they want to do. And then they get in and they're like, this shit is hard. This shit sucks. This is a scam. They end up just being a customer, and they're taking up that top spot on your line that you gave them. And it is rough to watch. It is so rough to watch, because you will watch top 1%ers give these people top spots, and then they'll have one person who ain't doing shit. And it's literally just a dead leg, totally dead, not doing anything. It's not full. They're having to place people under them just to keep it even. And this person's making money even though they ain't doing shit. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, but not sorry. That's just the name of the game. Sorry. Shouldn't have gotten into an MLM. Build a real business. I feel like I blew through that very quickly. So that's pretty much all I have for Limelife. They had a little to no information on their website. I dug absolutely everywhere to try to get updated information, and they don't have anything for me. It was so hard to find stuff. It's a lot of fluff. It's a lot of glam. It's a lot of women holding other women and dancing, and not a lot of information, not a lot of statistics, not a lot of numbers, and that's just not for me. I like having the information. So definitely stay away from Limelife. I feel like they are on the decline. I feel like we probably won't see them in the next couple of years. I think they're on their way out. Their products are extremely, extremely overpriced, and I just don't see them having a spot in the MLM universe for much longer. So I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Thank you for taking the time and spending some quality time with your girl. If you like this kind of content, definitely think about subscribing, hit that like button, leave a comment if you do so desire. Of course, I love to hear y'all's stories. So if you have your own personal MLM what the story that you want to share with us, please use my email link below and send it to me. And I also love to hear wild MLM content that just happens to you guys. So if you're just the average American, you've never been in an MLM, but you have had an MLM experience, I want to hear that, because those are my favorite ones, because they just sneak in there and you don't even realize you're dealing with an MLM till the last minute. And I just want to hear about it. I feel like it brings a lot of awareness. I feel like it gives people insight on what they should be looking for, so that they can kind of avoid getting poached into an MLM scheme, or poached into an opportunity, or poached into getting stuck listening to somebody's pitch. So if you guys have anything like that and you want me to share it here on my channel, go ahead and use the resources below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.